Zombie Killer 101, bringing you episode 9 of Tokyo Ghoul, and oh my goodness! This episode is ridiculous. First, this episode starts off with a little bit of flashback of Mondo and Amon's relationship and how they became partners. So basically, Amon started off as like a rookie, and Mondo was like his teacher, his tutor. That's why they put him together. They put the best with the rookie so he can learn something from him. And what Amon learned is that not every single person is innocent. You have to trust your instincts when it comes to being a ghoul investigator. That's how Mondo was so good, is that he trusted his instincts. If his instincts said someone was a ghoul or someone knew something about a ghoul, he trusted it and he acted on it, and it always saved his life. And he basically passed that down to Amon. That was good, that they gave a little backstory on that, and it showed why Amon was so heartbroken at the end of episode 8 when Mondo had died. Because I thought they weren't really all that cool. I thought they were just, partners. They really didn't care for each other. Because they're so opposite, Because Amon he actually cares for other people and actually works for a reason. He doesn't just necessarily kill because they're ghouls and that's his only motto. Mondo, on the other hand, kills because it's fun. He enjoys watching ghouls die. And he doesn't really care if they have a family or if they're bad ghouls, good ghouls. It doesn't matter. He just kills because it's cool, because it's fun. And they were so opposite, so to see that he had such a strong bond with this guy, I was wondering why, and they answered it perfectly. He taught him how to survive this war against ghouls and humans. That's the first half of this episode, because dude, it's a short episode, but there was so much content in it. They go into Himi and how her new life is, without a mother and a dad, and what her situation is. So they decided not to move her into the 24th ward, and she stayed in the 20th ward, and she's living with Toka. Starting off, she was really sad. She wasn't really digging it. I mean, Toka's her, metaphorically big sister and whatever, so it's kind of cool, but she wasn't really digging it. And then she met this little bird, whom name I don't know, but she found this bird, and she basically nursed the bird back to health. And nursing that bird back to health helped her bring her innocence and her cheerfulness back. It's basically that bird gave her hope that she could still live even without her mother and father. So I thought that was cute. That's how Himi's doing. Then it goes into because you remember what was it, a couple episodes ago where Kaneki was asking a lot of people about Rez, because he wants to know a lot about her because she's a part of him pretty much now. And like I said before in the last episode, when he goes into that ghoul mode, it's he loses control of himself and he becomes Rez, which I don't like the fact that happens, but I guess it has something to do with the story. Remember that bar they went to in episode 2 where the girl told her that ghouls and humans can't have kids because if they do they'll die? Well, that same lady told her that how he can find more information out about Rez, and she told him to go to the 11th ward. So he goes, okay, I'm gonna go to the 11th ward. This is the problem with that. The 11th ward is suffering a lot of it's getting a lot of activity there. There's ghoul investigators going in and out of there, and there's just a lot of strange stuff going on down there. And I don't think it's a good idea for Kaneki to go down there. And I'm going to tell you why later on in the review. He's walking down the street at night and he gets pickpocketed by this weird chick. And she finds out his name, where he works, all of this. And this is also a big major part in the episode later down in the review. But basically, she pickpocketed him and found out all his information. And Kaneki goes talking to Hyde. Yes, guys, Hyde came back in this episode as well. Too hype of an episode. Hyde's talking to Kaneki you got pickpocketed? Why didn't you report it? And Kaneki's oh, it's not that big of a deal. Whatever, it didn't have much in there anyway. I'm not going to worry about it. So then Hyde starts talking about ghouls and all this strange activity revolving around ghouls. And he just seems pretty knowledgeable about ghouls. And he knows more about them than we expected. And that's because he wasn't just sitting on the sidelines this whole time riding his bike. He was actually listening and paying attention to stuff that was going on around him. Love Hyde. I think he's going to become a ghoul investigator later on down the road. Who knows? But Kaneki starts freaking out because he's like, how do you know so much about ghouls? Because remember, they didn't tell him that Kaneki's a ghoul and, you know, Nishio beat him up. They never told him none of this. So they're still in depression that he has no idea what's going on in that coffee shop. Besides, it's just a coffee shop. He goes, I know all about ghouls because I read this book. And this book tells you everything about ghouls. I think he told Kaneki that so Kaneki could, you know, have a little bit of relief because he thinks Hyde is onto him. And I think Hyde knows about Kaneki and he knows like what they're doing in that coffee shop, but he's not ready yet to reveal it. Because when he leaves the coffee shop, he has this facial expression that tells me like, I gotta play it cool for a little bit longer. So that's in question. The whole situation with Hyde, like what's going on with him. Then we get another. This episode had a lot of flashback, but also a lot of progression as well. Then we get another flashback of Toka and her childhood with her little brother and her father. So obviously Toka was born a ghoul, so you can assume that her brother is a ghoul, and you can assume that her father and mother were ghouls. Now, what happened to her father and mother? We're going to presume that they are dead. But her brother, I don't think, died because he is also the younger of the two, meaning Toka is the older sister. So I think that he just kind of moved out or like moved on his own. I don't know what happened, but he's still alive. I'm pretty sure of that. Back to the Toka flashback. So basically flashbacks to her brother and her father and their relationship and stuff like that. And then she asked Kaneki, like, do you have any memories of your childhood? And he said, not really. You know, my mom and my dad died before I was even in grade school. So I really don't have any memories of my childhood, nor do I want to. And then Hami comes in with her new hair. It's shorter. And Kaneki goes, oh, you cut your hair. He's like, this a beauty supply place do it? And she's like, no, big sister did. And he got shocked because he's like, I didn't know you were so good at doing hair, Toka. And it's like, you know, they get their little flirt thing going. And Toka really shuts him down every time he tries to flirt with her. Like, he be on that light skin stuff with her, and she just all, is that so? Oh, you think I'm cute? Well, thank you. Like, just really shady about, you know, trying to let him in. She know he want to try to get a little of that pull, but she ain't giving it up easily. I like that about Toka. I really like that. Make Kaneki work. I'm going to get to this, the real good stuff now. So, the reason why I said Kaneki should not go to the 11th ward is because Amon is being switched to that ward, which means it's not safe for him because Amon's going to be in that ward. And then, not only that, but there's a ton of ghouls looking for Rez. And since Kaneki has the power of Rez, they're looking for him. And there's a ton of ghouls ready to hunt her down for some reason. And like basically the end of the episode, you just see all these ghouls correlating, talking about we need to find Rez. I heard she's in the 20th ward and all of this. And they're all coming from the 11th ward. So if Kaneki goes there, he's going to run into these ghouls. No doubt. And Hyde actually overheard Jason and some other ghouls talking about it. And I think he's going to probably end up warning Kaneki if he doesn't die yet. Because I don't even know if he didn't die. Because, you know, Jason's a pretty fucked up guy. He might have ate him. Who knows? But Hyde needs to warn Kaneki that there are people looking for him. Because he knows something. Because I know Hyde knows something. And he being on a little dirt tip. Not telling people. But it's cool. But basically, yeah. And this is it, y'all. I'm going to spoil this for you guys. Because I feel as though it needs to be said. Toka's brother, like I said, is alive. And he's looking for Rez. And he's like the leader of this like pack of ghouls going ready to take down Rez. I cannot wait to see this fight. I cannot wait to see how this progresses. Oh my God, Tokyo Ghoul is about to heat up. The next 4 episodes, 4 or 5 episodes they're going to be, is about to go down. It is about to go down. My goodness. Like, if you stuck with me this far through this anime, thank you. And keep watching it because it's so awesome. Like I said, it's a really good anime. Like I said from the beginning, probably one of the best ones I've seen of 2014. And I'm here with you throughout this whole journey. I cannot wait to review episode 10, and I'm finally caught up, so it's like next week I'm gonna have it fresh for you. As soon as the episode releases, I'm watching it, and then I'm coming to you right here to review it. I'm Zombie Killer 101. This has been episode 9 of Tokyo Ghoul. Cannot read the review of episode 10. I'm gonna give this episode a 10 out of 10, maybe 11 out of 10, because it was just absolutely amazing. Fantastic flashbacks, fantastic story progression, exactly what I needed after 2 episodes of death and sadness. Ugh, love this anime. When I thought they was gonna lose me, they brought me right back into it. Super excited. So comment, subscribe, tell me how you feel about this episode. You know, just give me your thoughts. Tell me what you're feeling right now. I want to hear from the fans, from you guys, the viewers. Let me know what's going on. Share it with your friends and subscribe. Like I said, as this show grows, we should be growing too. I want to see more subscribers, more comments, more likes. I'm super hyped. I don't know if you can tell. I'm just super hyped. This is what anime does to me. This is why I love it so much. It gets me so hyped, just rah, you know what I mean? But like I said, Zombie Killer 101, giving this an 11 out of 10, off the scale. Stay natural, live better, survive. That's what Kaneki needs to be doing right now, surviving. But that is it. I will probably have all these episodes up by Wednesday. Cross your fingers for that. Do not hold me to that. Yeah, later.